Hey guys, it's Duranasaur, and I'm doing another dungeon speedrun analysis, and this one is going to be on a live Stratholme. So the last one was an undead strat. Today I'm going to do a live strat, and then I think the next one I do will be the full strat run, which we actually had a full-on competition for. This run was just submitted to the leaderboards, and as far as I know, this is the fastest live strat run in the world. So I'm going to go ahead and get this video started. This was done by the guild Return, which if you don't know, Return was a private server guild that was very competitive. They were active and competed against guilds like Progress, like Salad Bakers. And then coming into Classic, they sort of burnt out. They kind of got bored with the game. But then I'm super excited that they saw what I was doing with dungeon speedrunning and they decided to come and join up and put some runs together and compete on the leaderboards as well in the different competitions. As you'll see right here, they're all logging in, they're getting ready to go. A big thing to note with their group comp is that they are bringing 3 warriors. You'll see they'll add the 4th warrior or the 3rd warrior right here. And then they have a mage as their 4th DPS and then a priest healer. So they are alliance, so they don't have the Wind Fury cleave. But even just the idea of bringing the mage, that's a bit different than what we normally see with these dungeon speedrun comps. So I think that that's a pretty unique, pretty cool thing that they're doing here. Now, for live strat, you can start on either side, like the regular Stratholme entrance or the undead side, but most groups, even for live strat, are starting on this side. And the timer is going to start here when the gate opens, and the timer will end when they kill Balnazar. So those are the only 2 requirements. We'll see that they're actually going to skip a couple bosses, basically all the bosses except Balnazar. So they're getting started with this first pull. After this, things are going to get interesting. So you'll see, I think all the warriors are going to be popping their diamond flask sets here. They're getting in position right here. That first warrior who's up front, you'll see he just popped a FAP. And then he's just running through. He's spamming Demo Shout. He's spamming any ability to maintain aggro. That FAP is preventing him from getting hamstrung by the ghouls and slowed by frostbolts or any other abilities. So he's using that so that he can round up all these mobs without any movement and pairing effects. While he's doing that, everyone else is just following behind, avoiding threat. You'll see the priest trying to avoid that. And then once they get all these packs grouped up, you're going to see the mage's DPS, but more importantly, the priest DPS just go absolutely nuts. The priest is just spamming Holy Nova. His mana is almost gone by the end of this pull. I mean, he goes from 10k mana down to under 4k mana, spamming those Holy Novas. He's now 2nd on DPS overall after this pull, behind that mage. So showing that bringing a priest is not just about, having a healer and survivability. It's also about being able to pull off those types of pulls where they're able to spam Holy Nova to heal and to do damage. So the mage is a little bit low. The priest is low on mana. You'll see they've got a few of the casters sort of following them behind. The mage is going to help pick those off. They do accidentally pull the Hearth Singer here, the Hearth Singer. So that bonus boss, they do accidentally get him. They also pick up this Plague Ghoul right here. So in the grand scheme of things, this is probably the difference between them being, just over 4 minutes and just under 4 minutes. So I love that there are still ways for people to improve on their runs in here. So that's just a quick side note. They are coming into the now Cathedral side, the live side of Strat. They're doing this first pull because that one is basically required, but then you're going to see here they're going to run around and they're going to skip basically all the other pulls in this courtyard, and they're going to skip Timmy. As they come up here, they're going to grab this group that's on the steps. They're going to bring them up out of LOS. Because what happens if you're in here on a normal group, if you pull that group from the steps and you just pull them away into the courtyard, as soon as they die, those other groups will actually run back to take their place. It's some interesting AI that happens. So by grabbing them and pulling them all the way up here on the stairs, they actually avoid having to do any of those other groups. And then here's the first major trash skip that they do. So they all popped invis pots, and they're using these invis pots to get all the way past this first hallway and this first little enclosed area here. So they're going by the Cannon Master's door, and then they're going to kill this trash pack. This is one of the only trash packs inside the cathedral you need to kill, and a big reason for it is because there's this door, and you cannot interact with this door if you're invis or anything like that. So they're going to do that. They're going to come through. They're killing one more trash pack in here, and the patrol. So they kind of lucked out that the patrol and this trash pack were clumped up. So it's just one pack that they have to kill here. And then you can see right now that he's got Nifty Stopwatch and Gnomish Cloaking Device. So they're all going to pop their Nifty Stopwatches, pop the Gnomish Cloaking Device, and they're going to get one more skip done here. The reason is that if they didn't have Nifty Stopwatch, that Cloaking Device would run out before they got in. So they had to have both of those trinkets in order to make that skip possible without, coming out of invis early. And now they're going to slam damage into Balnazar here. And it's a joke of a fight just because they're fully world buff, fully consumed, in pretty good gear. So that's going to allow that, the boss fights are no problem. The really impressive thing about this run is the skips that they do, is the pulls that they do. So they had that first pull through the gate, which was just a normal pull. And then after that, they pulled everything past Unforgiven, and 2 more big AoE pulls, got that all down with the crazy priest damage, the mage damage, and then they kind of did a more conventional pull strat from there till they got to live side. And then in live side, they pulled that entry pack. They pulled the one right outside the cathedral doors. Then they killed the one before the interior doors, the one right after the interior doors, and that's it. So they only had to do 4 total packs once they were actually on live side. And that's a big reason why they were able to get this done in 4 minutes and 10 seconds. So that's pretty nuts. Again, just because they got the Hearthsinger, I think that it would easily be doable for them or for another group to get sub 4 minutes on this, doing all the skips that they were able to do. And we'll see. Maybe this will inspire someone to check that out. We are Classic Dungeon Speed. That's where all these vanilla speedruns have been happening. So if you go to discord.me/Classic Dungeon Speed, you can find us. I'll put a link to that in the description. If you're thinking, okay, this is vanilla, I don't want to get fully world buffed and consumed and stuff to a dungeon run in vanilla, we have a very special announcement. We have a very special thing coming up for TBC. So for TBC, world buffs aren't going to be a thing. Consumables are a lot more limited. And we are putting together a community for dungeon and raid speedrunning, and it's dungeoncleave.com. So we're going to have leaderboards for every single heroic dungeon. We're going to have leaderboards for raids. We're going to have community. We're going to have events. All of that will be found on dungeoncleave.com. I'll put a link to that in the description as well. I am incredibly excited for what we're going to be able to do with that. What we've done in vanilla, what I've been able to do with Classic Dungeon Speed has been awesome, and we're going to take it to the next level with TBC. So please check that out. If you like this video, like it, subscribe to the channel, and check out the other stuff that I've been doing, and make sure you're tuning in for what we do in TBC. So thank you for watching, and as always, happy hunting.